Oftentimes, we meet with families who want to ensure that their children wisely steward the resources they're passing on. Well, that's a wonderful and noble goal, and most families approach this in one of two ways. They either leave the assets directly to their children and hope that their children make wise choices, or they establish a trust that distributes those funds over time, typically at certain ages, with the hope that their gradual approach will support maturity and responsibility towards really making good choices. Well, that can work, but what's oftentimes overlooked is, especially when we're dealing with significant generational wealth, is how quickly the assets could be wiped out by something unforeseen. We've seen legacies severely impacted by lawsuits from car accidents, failed marriages, even substance abuse, and other unexpected life events. These risks can jeopardize the ability of the wealth to ever reach any future generations. That's why we encourage families to consider more protective strategies, ways to really bulletproof the assets from risks outside of the family. One example is establishing a multi generational trust, a structure that's designed to keep assets protected for the family, not protected from the family, and keep them intact over time rather than just distributing everything to the second generation, either immediately or on a fixed schedule. Another dynamic that often diminishes a family's financial legacy is simply math, the growing number of people who will one day benefit from the wealth. A couple may start with two children. Well, those children get married and they have two children each. Within a generation or two, the original assets are being spread across many more heirs, reducing the amount that's available to each one. One effective way to address this is what we call replenishing the legacy, and that's often done with life insurance across generations. The trust can purchase life insurance on the children while they're young, while they're healthy. As each generation passes, those life insurance policies can help restore or even maybe grow the assets for the next generation. In turn, that next generation does the same thing for their children. This can create a sustainable framework for preserving and extending wealth across an ever expanding family tree.